Hello, this is Jo from Kepler Trust Intelligence. In today's video, we're going to provide you with a brief overview of Schroder UK Mid Cap, which has the ticker SCP. So let's start off by looking at the managers, who are Jean Roach and Andy Brough. Jean became co-manager of the fund in 2016 and has been lead manager since 2021. Andy's head of the London-based pan-European small and mid-cap team, and he's managed the open-ended Schroder UK Mid 250 fund since its launch in 1999. So Jean and Andy boast a combined investment experience of 60 years, and they're supported by the extensive resources of the Schroder small and mid-cap team. So what's the principal investment objective of the trust? Well, it's to invest in mid-cap equities with the aim of providing a total return in excess of the FTSE 250 ex-investment companies index. The managers believe that the UK mid-cap sector provides a sweet spot in terms of innovation, disruption and growth, with more established business models relative to small caps and a steeper growth trajectory than its large cap peers. It's also fair to say that the numbers back up this opportunity, with the FTSE 250 index comfortably outperforming many other developed market indices over the long term. And if we look at the 20-odd years from the start of 2002 to the end of 2023, the FTSE 250 ex-investment companies index has delivered a total GBP return of over 530%. That's compared to 450% for the MSCI World Index and 370% for the tech-heavy S&P 500, which is an impressive achievement. Digging down into the portfolio, Jean and Andy typically hold around 50 companies, and this concentrated best ideas portfolio can be a tailwind for performance and also avoids the risk of simply mirroring the index. It also allows for extensive engagement with companies, so the team will meet with company management teams in advance of investing and at least once a year thereafter. And they also hold regular meetings with non-portfolio companies, so they can monitor the investment case for any positive changes. This can provide a valuable source of alpha for the trust, given the more limited extent of external research on UK mid-cap companies. It's also worth saying that SCP has a strict sell strategy when a company is promoted to the FTSE 100 index, and this pure mid-cap focus distinguishes SCP from its AIC or companies peer group, which tends to be primarily focused on large caps. And the mid-cap universe is constantly being disrupted by new challenges via IPOs, via mergers and acquisitions, via promotions from the small cap index, demotions from the large cap index, and this allows the managers to refresh the portfolio and to recycle proceeds into the next rising stars. I'd highly recommend SCP's monthly fact sheet, which provides an excellent insight into current portfolio weightings. Looking at the recent fact sheet, the trust is overweight industrials and consumer discretionary, and although at lower weightings, healthcare and telecoms. Jean and Andy are bottom-up stock pickers looking for companies with a proven management team, a clear strategic vision and a robust balance sheet. Portfolio companies will typically have strong pricing power, often due to scarcity value or franchise-type models, or operate in market niches with strong structural growth. The portfolio is split into unique and flex companies. Unique companies tend to offer leading market positions, pricing power, quality management teams and strong balance sheets, and they may have a scarcity value, meaning that a company might be the only means of adding exposure to a particular theme. One example is Games Workshop, which offers unique exposure to the miniature collectibles market, with considerable intellectual property, for example in the case of its Warhammer franchise. And this stable of IP has created a powerful following amongst enthusiasts, driving strong and enduring sales growth. This in turn has dropped through into healthy margins, rewarding investors with a rising stream of dividends from a rising stream of earnings. In other words, exactly the type of investment that Jean and Andy seek to make. Flex companies are defined by the team as investments in companies when either the company itself or the broader industry is going through a period of change or turnaround. This could be industry related, such as a market cycle, or it could be stock specific, such as a change in management. And as a result, flex companies typically trade at lower valuations than unique companies. One example of a flex stock is a relatively new holding in Babcock International, where strategic changes have driven earnings growth and strengthening of the balance sheet, in addition to the defence sector offering strong secular growth drivers. And what about performance? Well, the trust has a strong track record about performing its benchmark index on a net asset basis over 5 and 10 years, and the long-term performance has been driven in part by 30 baggers, which are companies returning at least 2,900% or 30 times over 30 years. The managers point to a number of these being found in so-called boring old economy industries and often in regional clusters, for example in the southwest, where Renishaw and Rotork were able to draw on Bristol's aerospace heritage. Other 30 baggers held by SCP include Cranswick, Grainger, 4imprint and Savills, and it's food for thought that the UK has produced a higher proportion of investable 30 baggers than the US stock market over the last 30 years, showing the ability of UK mid-caps to punch well above their weight. Gearing has varied over time. It currently stands at around 12%, which we think should be seen as a positive sign for the trust due to the attractively valued stock opportunities Jean and Andy are identifying. SCP has a tiered management fee which passes on the economies of scale to investors as the trust grows. For the first 250 million of net assets, the fee is 0.65%, which drops to 0.60% for assets above this value. There's no performance fee, and the current ongoing charge per the latest fact sheet is 0.95%. If you'd like to find out more about SCP, there's a wealth of information on the KTI website, including our latest research note. I can also highly recommend the insight articles on the Schroder's website, where the managers discuss their thoughts on opportunities and themes in the UK mid-cap sector. On that note, have a good day, and we hope you join us again soon.